Hey, all you weirdos, Jim here, and we got some breaking news up in here. Experience spectacular symbiote stories from across realities in Venomverse Reborn. Oh my, more symbiotes and more realities? Oh my goodness, we don't have enough of those, right? We don't. I thought that last summer was the summer of symbiotes. I don't know that went so well. I remember it coming up. I remember avoiding it, and I don't remember anybody asking me why or what I avoided because they avoided it as well. But we'll see. We'll see how this is starting in June. Dive back into the darkness as the Venomverse is reborn with stories of symbiotes from all across the multiverse. We can't get enough of that multiverse, I hear. Across 4 thrilling issues, Venomverse Reborn will see superstar creators put unique spins on the symbiote mythos and that's all in capitals, and unleash bold developments on established symbiote heroes and villains. And yes, this is from the press release from Marvel. I hope that all the spelling, I see a couple mistakes. I don't know what's going on with these things, but yeah, here we go. And and unleash bold developments. You got to remember that. Ranging from horror to fantasy and everything in between. Well, what's in between horror and fantasy? Maybe like sci-fi, I don't think comes between those. I think it's its own thing outside. Maybe things get sexy. I don't know. Maybe. Somebody tell me. Venomverse Reborn offers something for every fan, even the sexy ones. Where's the sexy ones? Everybody, all you sexy fans, put your hands up. And each jam-packed issue will be framed by a pivotal new Venom story by current Venom writer Al Ewing. And I'm not being facetious here, to pull out my thesaurus. And I think thesaurus was this dinosaur or something that used to talk. But anybody reading Al Ewing's Venom? I know some people are big Al Ewing fans, but I don't hear anybody talking about that book. But here we go. Symbiote stories from across realities. Don't miss a beat as Venom's current mastermind architect turns up with artist Danilo S. Beyruth to lay the groundwork for the next symbiote epic. And every time I think of Danilo S. Beyruth, I think of a top hat and a monocle. That's just me, maybe riding in a rickshaw. The first 2 issues will be oozing with the first appearances, including Venom from Insomniac Games' Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Viking Venom and more. Viking Venom sounds like a home brew. Be pretty good, like a dark beer, I think. Not a drinker, but it'd be pretty cool. In Venomverse Reborn #1, Benjamin Percy and Brian Level kicked things off with a tale of the murder of the Earth's mightiest heroes by one of their own. But who? It should say, but who this time? Then Christos Gage drags the Venom from Insomniac Games' Marvel's Spider-Man 2 across the Venomverse to take on Null. Remember him? In Venomverse Reborn #2, Phillip Kennedy Johnson and John McCree bring a brutal take on Venom born in the Age of Vikings. Then from Adam Warren and Chris Cross, everybody jump, comes the return of the final biological life in his universe, the Venom of Venom, the end. The Venom of Venom, the end. Plus, Chris Caruso returns with a tale of mini Marvel's Venom. Now we're talking. Like, of all those, I actually think that sounds cool. Here is a quote from our man Al Ewing. I'm doing the framing sequences for these issues, and that means I get to see every one of these new symbiote sensations hit my inbox before anyone else outside editorial. And maybe some other people that are involved. And that's definitely a perk of the job. Definitely spelt wrong. Ewing shared. As for what's in that framing story, if you've been a fan of some of the more cosmic aspects we brought to the Venom of late, all right, you're losing me here. Get back to mini Marvel's Venom and you might get me back. You should be more than happy. Is Peter part car in this one? But the beauty of an anthology series, and I don't think there's any beauty in an anthology series, and it's why I actually groan when I see these. That's me. That wasn't Al Ewing, I hope. Like this is that there's something to please everyone who dives into our lake of goo. Everybody, it's getting sexy in here. I need to have some sexy music when you say things like dive into our lake of goo, right? That gets certain people. People have their kinks now and again. But that is the news deal. And again, I hate anthology books. I hate them because I've never, ever, I think, read one that every story is good. It's like one of those where 1 out of 3 ain't bad. But when I read comics, I don't want to be Meatloaf. I'd like to eat meatloaf, but I don't want to be Meatloaf. So when we get these anthologies, I always end up like, oh, God, do we have to do this? But we'll see. We'll see it when it comes out. We'll see how it all looks. Pretty good writers and stuff and artists, so I'll give them that. So we'll check it out, but let me know in the comments if you need more symbiotes in your life, if you need more multiverse in your life, if you need more, I don't know, Marvel Comics in your life, but we'll talk about that in the comments. So thanks, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.
Weird science is the revolution.